Brothers College in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe.
We are Team Naledi from Botswana.
Sir, when you have a fair trial like we suggested, we're telling you that any country will give a fair trial fitting for their crime. We will tell you that these people will not be let out of jail, meaning they won't go out and come as worse as you as.
If a fair trial was prudent and logical, then we believe that the Afghan government would have given them a fair trial. But the fact that the Afghan government is failing to give them a fair trial, that is why we are facing this huge number of people continuously increasing and going against the government. We feel that the fair trial which they are claiming the national government have, they do not have, because if they get that, sit down.
Please sit down. To the case, please. My first speaker came here to deal with the death of innocent people by airstrikes. What the government does not seem to understand is that an airstrike needs a specific location, and it does not necessarily mean you sit down.
I have given you our main stance, which is that we support airstrikes over any other method of dealing with the ISIS.
People not taken, which is rehabilitating refugees of the war and putting them in a safer place. So now you bomb these places and you have to take care of the people, or your own people that are injured, and take care of those innocent civilians who have nothing to do with it. And with that, I thank you.
The issue is there has been abuse of patents and people overcharge for the drugs. The other issue is people are dying in Africa from AIDS, but we don't make the patents, right? So the debate lies around finding some form of resolution between those three considerations.
We tell you that we don't actually want to remove patents on ARVs. We don't actually have a problem with patenting on ARVs, ladies and gentlemen. And here's why. Going to my issues of refutation. So under here, I'll be actually answering one simple question. Not taken. Is proposition directly dealing with the problem? And the simple response to this is no, ladies and gentlemen. Because firstly, we didn't actually get the policy of what they're actually going to do and what's going to actually happen to the businesses, to the inventor of this of ARVs, ladies and gentlemen. But moreover, they didn't actually give us an assurance on how they actually deal with the problem that they actually have, which is the HIV virus, ladies and gentlemen. And the basic thing with that we actually tell you here is that ARVs are not a cure for HIV, ladies and gentlemen. So here, it doesn't necessarily mean that just because we have a patent on ARVs, it doesn't necessarily mean that other companies are actually prohibited to coming up with a cure of HIV, ladies and gentlemen.
Boost the economy, and when that money boosts the economy, we can actually buy more chemicals and facilities, build more facilities to improve these.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a side opposition that has brought forth a rather weak argument. They have failed to show us how patents will be saving the lives of people. They have lost sight of what is truly important. If anything, they have gone a tangent, mentioning things that do not have relevance to the motion at hand. If anything, they're the ones who have misunderstood the motion entirely.
I'm not the biggest guy at the gym where I gym.
It's a pity that they cried for rights. Shame, a big pity, because we simply told them that the rights fall away when you infringe on someone else's rights. So the point of rights held no water in the debate we had that time.
Looking at his viewpoint, you'd see that there's actually no difference between them and the people that they're trying to protect people from. They're both murderers. So what the heck? There's no use in what they're saying.
Go ahead.
So in terms of this third speaker's speech and world school style debating, what kind of dynamic do we use to become, to improve our third speaker's speech? Is it more rebuttal and less summary, or is it more summary and less rebuttal? Because what we notice is that...
I understand.
Okay.
I understand. I'm going to answer this question. The rules are more flexible than they used to be, right? You can't have, positive metanyana in your third speech. The biggest issue in third speech I've found is that there's a lot of rebuttal, there isn't a lot of defense, right? There's two forms of rebuttal. There's rebuilding the criticisms of your case, and then there's attacking the ongoing and remaining major points in that other case.
These are the women who need it the most. So yeah, it was a really interesting debate. It was quite tough because it was caught between two rocks, like a rock and a hard place. But to be honest, I really enjoyed myself. I hope my team won because we tried really hard. We want to go to the championship. But best of luck to both teams, and thank you.
So the motion we had was about men having to pay back costs on women's abuse, like how they abused women in the past. And the main contentions were like exploitation of men and then segregating like the society and how they can justify only men.
Let me start my speech.
A man pushing me to walk from strength to strength. My father was a man full of promises. Promises that one day, if I worked hard enough, I'd be a man of splendor.
Martin Luther King Jr., Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, Robert Gabriel Mugabe, Haile Selassie, Barack Obama. Great leaders, great people who did nothing but made the world a better place for people of all skin colors, all physical capabilities, and proved beyond doubt that one can be whatever they want if they really want to.
As a young man, I once got an opportunity to ask an adult of what will it take for us as the community to solve the problems we're facing and the ones we have to encounter. And this response was simple. Unity and love will even avoid those problems.
A symphony is not yet another tune that you can hit a blunt to or twerk to. Nor is a symphony just another hip-hop banger that you can scratch and remix or put on Trace's playlist or play at a party because you want to get a shotty. Then pop her a molly next day, don't say you're sorry because it was just a turn-up after that is just a come-up. No, a symphony is much more than that.
Driven by determination and enthusiasm, I cannot eradicate poverty alone, but I need my car called United Nations of Africa, which can help me eradicate poverty.
But why can't we stop all of this? Why have we allowed hate speech to take over? Where is the love speech?
Coming to the tournament was crazy in some terms because you heard a lot of things about the kind of competition you're supposed to lead, and you know different countries, you know different strains, looking at Vimeo, looking at YouTube, looking at different speakers, you know, seeing how they're so good at what they do, and then you think, oh my gosh, are we going to be able to like stand against that?
I'm hoping that we do make it to the finals. We're still yet to hear the results for the semi-finals. So if we do make it, I'm sure that the competition will be very stiff. So